Many won't mention it, but that's why you're giving me a listen. The ladies stole the show on day one of Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Championship. It's Swiss with the Disc Golf World, and you guys already know the one with all the holes in his game. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Let's dive into all the action at Throw Pink Women's Championship in the United States Disc Golf Championship at Winthrop Gold in South Carolina. Why there's two different and only one is a major is just as dumb to me as it is to you, but for some reason this is the history of the game we want to hold on to. Most of the headlines came from the morning rounds. It saw everything, including epic feature card meltdowns, historic scoring this course has never seen, tight races, a teenager breaks out on the scene, and Evelina and Henna both go over 75% from C1X. As great as the first round was, it saw the defending champ Katrina Allen have the worst start with a quadruple bogey. We felt every one of those missed putts, and I really didn't think we could find anyone to surpass Evelina Salinen's early season putting efforts, but today took the cake. She played and looked as though she was unmotivated, uninterested, and lost, a far cry from the determined competitor we saw at Preserve. She's gone on record and said it's not an injury, instead saying that it's a form issue. But it has now been months of this terrible play, and this is continually unsaid by both disc golf media and fans. Everyone has absolutely torched Evelina and Henna Bloomroos relentlessly. Where's that same energy when it comes to Katrina? And speaking of those two ladies, what an absolute performance they both were able to put together from the second card. The two were the only ladies not to throw an OB stroke on the day. Evelina would only go on to shatter the course record with an 11 under, despite her throwing a bogey on hole 1. She was first in every statistic off the tee with the exception of a second place park stat. She threw 10 birdies, 1 eagle, and like I said earlier, hit 75% of her C1 putts. And more shocking was Henna kept pace, only falling behind a single stroke on the round at 10 under. She was top 5 in both strokes gained tee to green and strokes gained putting. And she was better than Evelina on the putting green, going 79% from C1X. And I already know what you guys are all thinking. They have looked strong early at tournaments before, only to not hold on to their leads normally in epic fashion. See USDGC if you'd like. And we will see if they can continue this stretch. However, on this course, if they continue being this strong off the tee, they'll be in closer putting positions than what they've seen elsewhere on tour. And as well as those two ladies threw, a 16-year-old stole the show by recording the first and only eagle on the 647-foot hole 18. Alezra Midling, I hope that's correct, the current 18 and under world champion, put professional disc golf on notice, and at the very least, every manufacturer with her performance today. With that eagle, she was able to reach her first lead card on tour with a 6 under. She already has some of the most distance off the tee, and if she can just clean up a couple of bogeys, could have some continued success. Tomorrow will be the biggest test, however, facing some of the biggest names on tour, all on a lead card, and her needing to make up strokes. The round could get away from her, to say the least. That being said, she's already impressed me and many others. I see her continuously watching all the action after her rounds, spectating both the FPO and MPO. Her future is bright if she continues to play this well. And also, I love the fact that I was able to go 4 deep before even mentioning Kristen Tatar. I haven't been able to do that on a disc golf news segment for the entire year now, especially when she still put in a solid performance. She had 7 straight birdies at one point and finds herself on lead card with an 8 under, only 3 strokes off the leader. And despite that performance, it just goes to show how well others played, and that's great for the FPO game, with the exceptions for Kat's putting. None of that was great for anything. In the MPO, most of the biggest names find themselves off the leaderboard and clump together at 4 to 6 unders for day one. Names like AB, Simon Lizotte, Calvin Heimberg, Chris Dickerson, Eagle McMahon, and Isaac Robinson. And how good the games are for each of those players and the lack of a premier player on top of the leaderboard, look for each of these guys to make some moves starting tomorrow, as one of them is most certainly going to put up a double-digit under on the day. Only Gannon Bird, defending champion, currently at 1 under, and Ricky Wysocki 2 under, will be looking to attack every shot as they need to start stacking birdies quickly to be competitive, as all of them are currently chasing Joel Freeman and his 10 under round. Joel started off slow with only 2 under on the front 9, only to kick off the back with an eagle on 10, then casually rattled off 7 straight birdies after that. And even with his only blemish coming on 18, he still finds himself a stroke ahead of the rest of the lead card in Sullivan Tipton, Kyle Klein, and Robert Burridge. And of those, I really like Klein moving forward of the bunch. He plays this course well, even sending Paul to a playoff 2 years ago. And with him having a double and 2 more bogeys, he has room to clean up his play and begin to separate tomorrow. Klein will need it, along with the rest of the lead card, because with the names behind them and the good weather anticipated for the remaining 3 days, it's only a matter of time before AB, Simon, Vinny, Eagle start to score on this track like we all know they can. And guys, that wraps up day 1 of USDGC's wrap-up. Hope you enjoy. Stick around for the other days, as the action's only going to get bigger and better. Make sure you guys are reaching out to Ricky. We need him for an interview to continue our streak of interviewing every defending champion. #keep the streak. See you guys tomorrow.